Hello everybody and welcome back to Oblivion. So, a couple days back I showed you a duping glitch that still works to this day in Oblivion. Today I'm just going to go and finish the main quest very quickly. What you want to do is you want to find yourself in the Imperial City Temple District. And then you want to go to the wooden door to the Temple of the One. So you go to the door of the Temple of the One. Alright, you go kind of like in between the wall and the door. And sort of like move the joystick forward like your character's in a running motion towards the middle between that door and the wall. Then you want to save your game. Another thing you want to do is you want to take off, before you save the game, you want to take off all your heavy armor if you have any of it, because the faster your character is, the more likely this glitch is going to actually work. So after you take your heavy armor off, you save your game, you quit to the main menu of Oblivion. You let it load up, you start, you load the save that you just saved, and before it even gets into the game, start running forward. And if it worked right, you'll find yourself in the middle of the door to the Temple of the One. Now, when you're looking around, you don't really see anything until you go back to like the door entrance, where you can see over to the left over here. You just kind of want to go back into the door entrance, because you can't get out, but you want to just kind of like face back over there, and then you see this random door pop up, and it will say wooden door to the Temple of the One. This is basically the door that they switch over to when you get to this point in the game. So this door will actually pop in place of the other one, depending on where you are in the game, and it will take over for the other door. Somehow, that's how they programmed it. I don't exactly know how that works. That's the base of it. And then when you get out of here, you're going to see that the Temple District is under attack by a bunch of Daedric people, enemies, whatever you want to call them. A little bit of both. Some of them look like creatures, some of them look somewhat human. And you just kind of want to survive for a little while until this comes up. Mehrunes Dagon is here. The barrier between Oblivion and Tamriel has been destroyed. Our only hope is to somehow defeat Mehrunes Dagon and cast him back to Oblivion. Perhaps Martin will know what to do. So you click on continue or mark this quest. And then you kind of just want to get, Martin's in Kvatch right now, but you kind of just want to get back into the temple without dying. I think this character's only at level 8. So yeah, we can run around a little bit. We find the door back into the temple. And then we just go into this temple and we wait 24 hours. If this exploit actually worked, it's going to skip a good 10 to 14 hours. It'll just skip. You see like 14 and then it'll go to 1. And that means that Martin actually got to this temple. There, all right, that worked. That tells me that he's here. If that doesn't work that way, then you either have to do it again or you want to sign out the game completely and then turn the game back on and go back into this load saved and wait a whole day again. Most of the time, it works the first try. Sometimes it doesn't. Play around with it a little bit if you really want to see how it goes. Martin and I are inside the Temple of the One. I must get Martin to the dragon fires. So anyway, you just kind of walk around this temple a little bit. Martin will eventually stop in this little corner over here. Then you click on him. He says, "Oh, we must do this. We cannot stay to rebuild. If I don't do this, everyone's going to die, and Mehrunes Dagon is going to win. But now I must go. I'm going to go sacrifice myself for the good of everyone else." And he runs into the middle of the room. You see a big old Mehrunes Dagon showing up. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've never really noticed all the marks that he has on his skin when I was playing this on the 360. But anyway, it's just higher definition, I suppose. But anyway, he turns into a giant dragon, and they duke it out. And, at the end of the day, good guys win because, well, it's a fantasy RPG. That's just how it works. 9 out of 10 times, the good guys win. So we're going to see pretty much a big flash of the Titans. And I always found it funny after I played Skyrim that Martin turned into a giant dragon. To me, that means maybe he was actually a Dovahkiin. He just didn't even know it. But that's just lore that I'm speculating on. I don't know if there's any proof to that besides him just turning into a big-ass dragon. So anyway, you wait until he freezes into like a big old statue, and there you go. You defeated the game, or beat the game, whatever. And you get this nice little cutscene. Shows you all the work that you sort of skipped, like you actually did something. And this is the only other exploit that I actually ever used in this game. And that's basically if I'm like on my 5th character, and I go to Kvatch and I start the main quest, and I really didn't want to because I've already been through the quest, and that last portal that you have to go into, and it's timed, I really just don't like. Yeah, I had a hard time with it the first couple of times I went through it. I actually had to find a guide to get through it half the time because my sense of direction is terrible. So unless I'm like trying to punish myself, I just kind of get to a certain point, and I'm like, all right, F it, I'm just going to skip the rest of this and continue on with the side quest, because we all know that the side quests are where Oblivion shines. Anyway, this jackass shows up and he starts talking to you, saying, acting like he knows something, and the game goes on back to normal. Now, the weird thing about this exploit is that when you exit the temple, you won't see like the ruined area. Everything just looks clean and fresh and perfectly fine. You don't see the giant dragon statue, but I mean, you literally just skipped most of it, so that is just a bit of a side effect, I guess you can call it, from messing up the game. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. Hopefully I was clear enough with how to do this exploit if you ever wanted to yourself. And thanks for stopping in again. Thanks for watching my videos. I always appreciate you. Last time I checked, I'm at 196 subscribers now, which that's awesome. Anyway, I know it's still a small group of people, but to me that's really cool. I really do appreciate it, and I'm just being me. So even though it's a small group, I really do appreciate it. Anyhow, hope you liked this video, and thanks for stopping by again, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a good evening, morning, or afternoon, whatever it is where you're at. Bye now.